excited that you are here this morning. My name is Ben Creighton, and I am Morris's grand opening consultant. So I work out of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm just really excited to be a part of this. Morris and his family and the community here. So thank you so much for coming out and celebrating with us. So at this time, if you guys will we're going to turn around here. We're going to have a raising the flag ceremony. So we have the Monterey Park Police and Fire Department here, and they're going to lead us in a flag raising ceremony.
Uniform personnel, unchained, hut! Reason, march!
I have the pleasure of introducing Rachel Cathy, who's going to come up and share a story, share a little bit about the Chick-fil-A story. So Rachel is a business consultant for us out in the West region, but she's also part of Generation 3. So her grandfather, Truett Cathy, founded Chick-fil-A. So we are really excited to have her. Rachel, come on up.
Thank you, Ben. So there's a group of folks in from Atlanta that are traveling around, and I am so excited that we are finally here in Monterey Park. But want to give a little bit, want to give a little bit of history and context to why we're here today and kind of where all this began. But just want to welcome you as well. So just welcome friends, welcome community members. We are so glad that you're here to celebrate with us. So what we're celebrating here began many years ago when a young boy was growing up on the south side of Atlanta, Georgia. And he was growing up in a time during the Depression when his mother was running a boarding home to make ends meet, and he was watching her create recipes. And as he watched her create recipes and show hospitality to everyone that came in, he later pulled money with his brother and opened a small restaurant. It was so small they called it the Dwarf Grill. And that Dwarf Grill is still there today. It's in Hapeville, Georgia, near the Atlanta airport. So I encourage you, if you're going through Atlanta, go by and stop by the original Dwarf House. And it was in 1946 when Granddad opened that restaurant. And as I think about Granddad and how he's a businessman and an entrepreneur, he had many different inventions that kind of helped keep the momentum of this restaurant. So it was a hamburger restaurant at first, this 24-hour diner, and then when McDonald's were opening up, In-N-Outs were opening up, and the hamburger crisis happened, he's like, hey, what can I do with a healthier protein? What can I do to be able to serve tasty chicken but quickly? So he was the first one to take the bones out of the chicken and put it on a sandwich. So our original marketing and taglines were, we didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. And so as I think about that, that was in 1967 when the very first Chick-fil-A opened. It was originally a Dwarf House, but then Chick-fil-A opened, and they opened in a mall. So at the time we had the mall restaurant. So again, Granddad on the front end of opening in malls. So no one had had a food court. No one had had food in a mall before. So Granddad went to the mall owners and said, hey, we'd love to serve chicken in your mall. And they were like, no, it's gonna make smells, it's gonna be dirty, things like this. And he said, well, I believe if you have food in the mall, people will stay around longer and shop longer. So he convinced them to be able to open in a small spot there in the mall. And then as people were walking around, he wanted them to be able to enjoy their food while they were walking since there was no food court. So still today, we serve our chicken sandwiches in a foil bag, and that foil bag was from Granddad's invention of wanting someone to have a way to eat their sandwich while they were walking the mall, or maybe while they were driving their car. And so we still serve our chicken sandwiches in that foil bag. And then in 1986 is when we opened our very first freestanding restaurant. So similar to the Monterey Park here today, in 1986, we opened our first one in Atlanta, Georgia, and that was bringing us outside of the mall and having our own pad, our place where folks would come and dine with us. Kids could come and enjoy the playground, and you can come through the drive-thru as well. And so I am just so excited that Granddad did not stop, that he used adversity and things that went wrong in the business to help encourage him to his next invention or next entrepreneurial endeavor. He had many endeavors in that regard, but his most important one, besides creating a delicious chicken sandwich, was the operator agreement. He recognized, hey, I want to be in cities all around. I want to encourage team members who we get to employ here to have great jobs. I want to encourage a community, but I can't do that by myself. And so he gave that heroship away. He said, I want to go into business with partners that are going to be able to do this and take this restaurant further than I'd be able to, or take it to parts of the U.S. that I won't be able to go to one day. My granddad and grandmother, Truett and Jeanette, are no longer with us. They have passed on and are in heaven now. But I am so grateful that their heart and their legacy of hospitality and good service continue to live on today. There was a time in the company when we weren't doing well, when we were opening all those malls, as I mentioned. Granddad was putting up a lot of capital for a brand new state-of-the-art office building in Atlanta, not far from the airport there. And there was a time where they were not doing as well sales-wise, and so the executive team went away and they sat around in a conference room and said, hey, what are we in business for? Why are we doing this? Why are we, selling chicken? So I'm sure they threw out things during that meeting. Maybe they talked about chicken, maybe they talked about profits. But at the end of the day, when they came out of that room, they had coined the corporate purpose. And so what guides our corporate purpose is this statement: to glorify God by being a faithful steward of all that's entrusted to us and have a positive influence on all who come in contact with Chick-fil-A. So I'm so thankful for those leaders that went away. And when you listen to that statement, there's nothing in there about chicken or waffle fries, is there, right? But we want to be great stewards, and we want to have a positive influence. So it's our hope that every time you come to Chick-fil-A, that you have a positive influence, and that we continue to be great stewards of everything that we have. And so I'm a part of Generation 3, which means Granddad and Grandmother were Generation 1, and so my father, my aunt, and my uncle are Generation 2. So my Uncle Dan, and then my father, Bubba, and then we're part of Generation 3. And as Generation 3, we're encouraged to work outside the business. We have to work outside the business and other companies before we're even allowed to interview at Chick-fil-A. So I had the opportunity to work for the Coca-Cola company in Beijing and in Shanghai, China. And I'm so grateful for that, because in addition to the experience that I got working for Coca-Cola, I also got to meet some incredible friends and incredible people in Beijing and Shanghai. And I'm so honored that I got to meet so many years ago Morris and Beverly Lee. I met them at a leadership conference in Shanghai, China, and we've remained in touch, and I'm so, so grateful, because today we are opening Monterey Park, and your owner-operator is Morris and his wife Beverly and their children. We've got Skylar, Sydney, and Ryan, and we're just so, so grateful for them and this opportunity. So as I think about that original Dorf House in 1946 on the south side of Atlanta, the bricks are a little more well-worn and the seats are worn in. And that was from service that Granddad provided, getting to know people's name, getting to know their order, taking care of them. And we have that same opportunity today to enjoy that same legacy. The bricks are a lot nice newer, the seats are all ready for you guys in there, but this is the same opportunity so many years later. This is now our 2,377th restaurant right here in Monterey Park. We could not be more excited to be here, and we're finally here. We love to be in communities that love chicken, communities that love to grow. And we know that Monterey Park loves to grow, and we also love to be in communities where people care. And we can feel that care today we have a saying that we want to take good care of each other at Chick-fil-A. So we're excited to be in community with you and take good care of Monterey Park together. And so I have the honor to introduce my friend and now business partner, Mr. Morris Lee. But this is a baton. As you think about a baton and a race, right? There's a pass-off point. So I want to say that we've been able to get the building ready for you. We've got things set up, but we recognize that we cannot do this next leg, and that you're going to be able to take this next leg so much further than the family or the business at Chick-fil-A could do. So we're excited to be in partnership and business with you. And so welcome to the family, and we're going to pass this on to you because we know that you'll take it farther than we ever could. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, Rachel. What a treat it is for us to have you out here and come out on such a beautiful morning to celebrate. It has been an incredible, wild, and crazy ride for us to have met about 9 years ago in Shanghai, and now we have the opportunity to be able to share Chick-fil-A with the Monterey Park community. So we're overjoyed. So good morning, everyone. My name is Morris Lee. I am the owner-operator for your Chick-fil-A here in Monterey Park Market Place. I wanted to introduce my beautiful wife, Beverly, my better half. I'm married up. And my beautiful children. This is Skylar, Sydney, and there is a little Ryan running around somewhere. But we're just so excited for the opportunity to be able to celebrate our grand opening with you all here today. First of all, I just want to thank the city of Monterey Park for welcoming us here. It's just been an incredible journey getting to know you guys. We want to thank the city council members for coming out, taking time away from your busy schedules to spend with us. We also want to thank the city leadership, the city managers that have been so instrumental in helping us get to this point. And yes. And of course, we want to thank our police and fire departments for also being very proactive and very involved in our business so far. We really look forward to partnering with all the good things that are happening in the city, and that really starts with you guys. It's city council, city leadership, police and fire. And so the store vision that we have for this location is that we want to celebrate our neighbors. We want to celebrate our neighbors with the best chicken sandwich served with genuine kindness. And we just love the word celebrate because we love parties. And we feel like the word celebrate helps to convey the experience that we want our team members and our guests that come through our door to be able to feel when they come through our doors. We really want to see communities being built up. We want to see meaningful connections being made here, and we want to celebrate our neighbors. So thank you so much for the City of Monterey Park for welcoming us here. We look forward to getting to know you and spending more time building up this partnership. We've been here a couple of months already, but I can easily see why Monterey Park is such a great place to live. So thank you guys, and welcome to Chick-fil-A.
All right, at this time, I'd love to bring up the city council members that are here, and the Mayor Pro Tem, Hans Leung. If y'all will come on up, Hans, I believe you're going to introduce a few people that you have.
Thank you, Ben. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the City of Monterey Park. It's really an honor and pleasure to be here this morning while we celebrate the grand opening of our Chick-fil-A here in the city. It's interesting, Rachel was telling a bit of the story about Chick-fil-A, and actually the first time that I ever had Chick-fil-A was in a mall. Yeah, in Cerritos, and where I grew up. And it's an interesting parallel because speaking about your grandfather and the progress that you made and the adversities that you went through to bring it where it is today. I don't know if many of you know, but this Monterey Park Market Place is our newest development, but it took over 20 years for us to get to where we are today, and many generations of council members that had to maintain the vision just as grandfather did to bring things forward. And we're very happy that we have this new center here. We're able to bring in some new stores, Chick-fil-A as well. And also I would like to thank Morris, Beverly, also all of our staff for all the hard work that has to go into making these kind of things come to fruition. So again, it's really an honor, a pleasure, and an exciting time for us here in the city of Monterey Park. And as Rachel talked about family and Morris talked about partnerships, I think that that's really kind of what's happening here, is that as Morris and Chick-fil-A become part of the community here in the city of Monterey Park, they become part of our family as well. And we'd like to welcome you to our family and thank you for all the hard work and faith and belief in Monterey Park as a place to be for your Chick-fil-A. And congratulations to Chick-fil-A on their 277th store. So I have a certificate that I'm going to be presenting, but before I do that, I'm going to give my colleague, Mr. Mitchell Ng, Councilmember Mitchell Ng, also former mayor, an opportunity to say a few words. I know that there were some other people that were expected to be here, but I don't see them yet. But if they arrive, I will announce them as they come. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Councilmember Mitchell Ng.
Thank you, Hans. First of all, let me welcome all of you to the grand opening of Chick-fil-A. I always said, if you build it, they will come. And we definitely will be coming. As a father, there's always milestones in our children's lives that we will always remember. The day they were born, their first steps. But let me tell you a story that 5 years ago, when my daughter was in Virginia attending pharmacy school, she said, "Dad, I'm going to take you to the best chicken sandwich that's so tender and moist." It was outside of Richmond, the capital. It was in Glen Allen. And she said, "I'm going to take you to Glen Allen. We're going to have this Chick-fil-A sandwich." So I always order the most popular. I always ask for the most popular. So they gave me the original chicken. So it's a boneless chicken breast that's hand breaded, pressure cooked in 100% refined peanut oil. The bun is toasted and buttered, and it has dill pickle, 2 dill pickle chips in the sandwich. Okay. I know you guys are hungry after I just described it. And as you take a bite of that juicy, tender chicken, I looked at my daughter in the eye and said, "You're right. This is the best chicken sandwich that I've ever tried in my life." So once again, I thank Rachel, the granddaughter of the founder, for choosing this site, and Morris, as a franchise owner, for choosing this site in the city of Monterey Park. And we always say that Monterey Park is a family, and your prayers have been answered, and they will come. So without delay, I want to thank everybody for coming, and please tell your friends and family to patronize Chick-fil-A here in Monterey Park. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Council Member. If I could have Morris and Beverly, if you could come up here, if I may read this proclamation. We have a certificate here, City of Monterey Park, Chick-fil-A grand opening. The Monterey Park City Council hereby extends our congratulations upon the grand opening celebration of Chick-fil-A in Monterey Park, California. We appreciate your dedication and commitment to providing a new dining experience for the community to enjoy. The City Council further extends our best wishes for continued success in all your future endeavors. Congratulations, Morris, Beverly.
Thank you.
Right over here for a photo.
All right, Monterey Park. Represent.
I'll call it.
Thank you.
All right, we got a couple more things on the agenda. At this time, Morris is going to present. I'm sure you're wondering what this book house is in the background. So it is a book house, and Morris is going to present it now. So we'll hand it over to Mike.
So we love education and we love our youth, and for all of our grand opening events, we've been inviting our guests and our friends to bring books. So we did a book collection. We collected lots and lots of children's books, and we will be presenting this book house to Inez Elementary School.
Thank you so much. Inez is so happy. Thank you so much. How wonderful. It's wonderful. There is no better gift to give to a school or to children than books. So we thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so this time we're gonna go ahead and do the ribbon cutting. So if I can get the city council members that are here to come on up, Morris's family to come on up, Rachel, if you'll come on up. I think we've got our GOS team, if y'all will come up as well.
All right, and on the count of 3, we're gonna cut the ribbon. 3, 2, 1.
All right, we got one more. So what we like to do here at Chick-fil-A, every time we open a restaurant, we want to do a first bite. So this time we're gonna have sandwiches passed out to everyone that's up here. Everyone out in the crowd, I think we've got a few samples of some of our chicken minis for breakfast coming around, so feel free to grab one of those. All right, so everybody hold your sandwich up, pretend like you're gonna take a nice big bite, look at the camera, and there you go.
Gross.
All right, now just give it a smile, give it a smile. Awesome, all right, on 3, we're gonna take a bite. Ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3, first bite. Delicious. Awesome. All right, everyone, thank you so much once again for coming out. That concludes our ribbon cutting ceremony. Please feel free to join us inside as we're currently serving breakfast. Y'all have a great week.
Hey, Ben.
Hold on one second.
For any of my Mandarin speaking friends, I did want to just kind of put in a word, but I'd say 女士们、婶婶们，大家好，欢迎光临。我很高兴你来这里。我的爷爷1946年他开的一个饭馆，就是一个鸡肉汉堡包的饭馆，对吧？然后我是。我们很开心，因为今天我们开了这个 Monterey Park 的鸡肉汉堡包的地方 ，so 欢迎光临 and 吃豆鸡肉。